Hello, parents, teachers, and students. Welcome to Starships Were Meant to Fly, Part 2, Helping Our Students Soar Despite the High Stakes. This is Micah Rossi, your local licensed specialist in school psychology, and this is a Family in 3 presentation. It'll be about 3 minutes long, which we find ideal for the very, very busy family, teacher, and student lifestyle. Just enough to learn, just enough to get away to do other stuff. We'll start off this presentation by covering a few more of the negative impacts that too much stress can have on us as functioning human beings. One way in which this happens is called the snowball effect. We talked about the spiraling thoughts on our last presentation, Family in 3 presentation, and it basically is continuous thoughts of inadequacy that build over time. This can happen quickly, it can happen kind of slowly. We may not even know that it's happening. We become overwhelmed completely, sometimes frozen with fear, unable to complete a task, and we may actually have a panic attack. The point is that just like a snowball that starts very small from the top of a hill and rolls down the snowy mountain, we pick up negativity when we start to think negatively. It kind of just snowballs, it builds, it grows, and we want to avoid this at all costs. Oftentimes the first step in battling this is recognizing that we have the tendency to think negatively and allow it to spiral, understanding that we have a problem with snowballing. Additional manifestations of test anxiety include wasting time on individual questions, second-guessing one's instincts, making stupid mistakes. These oftentimes can look like grammatical errors or errors in simple math or subtraction. Also, a feeling that one knows all the answers once the test is turned in. I can't tell you how many times this happened to me when I was younger. I would be struggling with items on a test that I was stressed about, and then as soon as I turned it in, boom, something unlocked in my brain, and I all of a sudden knew the answers. We know that too much stress acts as a barrier for retrieval of information. And when we're trying to, conduct higher order thinking or even tasks that are rote memory, we will have difficulty if we're feeling the stress to perform. So, when we're taking tests in the classroom that are timed, or when we understand the high stakes of performance, the stress is really one of our worst enemies. The cool thing is that in most instances, we have the tools that it takes, whether we know it or not, to take down the stress and soar on the star. In the most extreme cases, some students may actually have panic attacks and suffer from depression. And again, this is in less than 1% of our overall population. Please stay tuned for the next installment of our Family in 3 Starships Were Meant to Fly Test Anxiety series. And we're going to start off by talking about some of the tools that we can use not only at school but in the home and in the community to help ourselves de-stress so that we can perform to our max. For Families in 3 and Student and Family Services with KISD, this is Micah Rossi saying thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.